We are here with Ron Corser, CFP, founder of Cornerstone Retirement Partners, with another important discussion about your money on your course to retirement.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everybody listening to today's program. I'm Ron Corser with Cornerstone Retirement Partners, and we're going to have a really interesting, kind of in-depth conversation about something called an annuity. A lot of information out there about annuities, a lot of thoughts, good, bad, and ugly. I'm just going to try to clear up some of the misconceptions, and also, like any other financial product, an annuity can do certain things very, very well where it's appropriate. And just like anything else, if it's not appropriate for somebody, it's not a good idea. So let's dive into this annuity thing. Now, if you're interested in learning more about annuities, here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, give me a call, 616-301-2581. And I'm Ron Corser with Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. Or please go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. You can find today's program in there and information on our website with all of our other previous programs on different subjects and a wide variety of financial issues that will help you, give you the information you need to make really good decisions for your financial future. So let's talk about annuities. What is an annuity? I try to simplify it and say, from my point of view, an annuity is a savings account with an insurance company. Think about it this way. If you have a CD at the bank, it's a savings account with the bank. If you have a brokerage account with your financial advisor, with TD Ameritrade or Schwab or something, yeah, it's an investment account, but ultimately it's a savings account. You're putting money in there, trying to save it, and hopefully it'll grow. So if you put your money in a 3-pound coffee can and bury it in the backyard, it's a savings account. It's going to protect your principal. You'll have some inflation problems with it. And the real risk behind putting in a 3-pound coffee can is you could forget where you buried it, and then it's a total loss. So let's take a look at annuities in a reasonable way. Now, there's two basic kinds of annuities. The first kind, and this, I'm not going to deal with these today, but it's a variable annuity. It's nothing more than an insurance wrapper. It has mutual funds in it. It has reasonably high fees. A variable annuity is nothing more than another substitute for stock market investing. So put that aside. That's where a lot of the misconceptions and a lot of the bad information comes on annuities. The other kind of annuity we're going to spend some time on is called a fixed annuity. It's just jargon, but it's a principal protected annuity. That annuity is what we're going to focus on. So what is an annuity? It's a savings account with an insurance company. If it's a principal protected annuity, which is the kind, I guess I could say it, I personally own, and we use with a lot of our clients, it's designed to do two things. The number one reason for having it is it will create an income stream for you in retirement that, if it's set up properly, you can't outlive. The money will keep coming in as long as you live to be whatever you're going to live to be. God lets you live to be 144, the money will still keep coming in if it's been set up properly. That's the number one purpose of a fixed or principal protected annuity. The number two purpose is to protect your principal, and they work together really well. Now, full disclosure, understand, like anything else, one particular account is not right generally for all your money. That could be the stock market, that could be bank money, that could be the 3-pound coffee can in the backyard. So when it comes to saying, does an annuity make sense for me? Is it something I should consider in my retirement plan? A couple things you need to ask yourself is, number one, how much predictable, guaranteed kind of income do I have right now? Number one is Social Security. Everybody's going to have that. But do you have a pension? Not many people have pensions anymore. Do you have any other annuity income that you either inherited or something like that where you can get income from? So if the answer is that I only have Social Security as predictable income, it may be appropriate for you with your financial advisor, if you want to call us, we'll help you, to examine how a principal protected income annuity of some kind fits into your overall retirement income plan. So that's a key question to ask. Just like, if As they say, if the only toolkit contains a hammer, then every problem better be a nail, or else you're not going to be able to fix anything. So number one, how many guaranteed income streams do you have? We try to help people understand that if you can have at least three, you've got a pretty solid income plan. What would those three might be? Social Security, if you have a pension, then you have investment income. But if you don't have a pension, perhaps a principal protected income annuity of some kind, properly structured, might make some sense for you. So given that it's designed to give you income for as long as you need it, as long as you live, what are some of the downsides or upsides? Here's some of the questions we get all the time. Number one, if I have one of these principal protected annuities, can I lose money? And the answer is no, unless you don't follow the rules. Annuities are interesting creatures. They have some rules into them, and one of the big rules is that there's what's called a surrender charge. And that's like if you take out too much money on an annual basis, most contracts allow you to take out 10% without even thinking about whatever you put in, some 5%. If you just take that money out, if you take out more than you're supposed to, there'll be what we call an early withdrawal penalty, if you will. But as long as you go by the rules, it's really difficult to lose money in these things because, number one, they're principal protected and they're backed by the claims paying ability of the institution that issued them. So generally speaking, I say as long as you follow the rules, your money's pretty good shape. Number two, will you pay a lot in fees? Early in the program, I said we're going to put the variable annuity aside. The variable annuity, again, is nothing more than an investment product, another substitute for stock market investing that does have high fees, anywhere from 2 to, I've seen as high as 4.5%. Principal protected annuities is a financial product. It does have fees in it, but generally with a vanilla kind of product, I don't know what the costs are. You know, if you think about it, people don't understand that even bank CDs cost the bank something to create. You just don't see that there's a charge to them doing it. And a principal protected annuity, in most cases, does not have charges, costs, or fees that we can see. There are some that have an additional fee, say maybe of 1%, if you have what's called a lifetime income option for it, meaning you can set it up in such a way that you can create a stream of income that in some instances will even go up over time that you can't outlive. And you need to be aware of those. So mostly they don't, but there are some, and you need to know that when you deal with that, or you're talking to an advisor about it, you just say, what are the charges? What are the fees? And get the information you need. Another one, will your cash flow out of these fluctuate? And the answer to that is, I've been doing this for 28 years. I haven't seen it fluctuate down. I've seen them fluctuate up. What does that mean? Is that some of them are set up in such a way that you can actually have an increasing income over time. And if you work with us, if you're interested in learning more about annuities, give us a call at 616-301-2581. Again, I'm Ron Corser with Cornerstone Retirement Partners. When we suggest to a client that an annuity, a principal protected annuity, may be appropriate, one of the things we talk about is what are any costs that we have to disclose? Number two, if you get a stream of income out of it, will it change? It won't change downward, but it could change upward, which would be nice. So you get a cost of living. So the other part they talk about is, well, do I lose control of my money? Do I lose access to it? What if I get sick or die? Well, let's take those 3 things where you lose control. You don't really lose control of it. There are just some rules and regulations that you have to follow. If you think about it, if you have a CD in the bank and it's a 1-year CD, if you take money out of that 1-year CD before the end of the year, you give up some interest. There's a penalty or a cost to do that. Think about a principal protected annuity kind of in the same vein. As long as you follow the rules, you're not going to have that. So we can deal with that. So can you keep or lose your money other than if you don't follow the rules? Well, what happens if you end up having to go into a facility? That's on a lot of people's minds. What happens? Most of the contracts I haven't seen one in a long time, but most of the contracts say if you have to go into a long-term care situation and you qualify for 2 of the 6 activities of daily living, you can have all your money back, whatever the contract is valued at, with no harm, no foul, no penalty. That's important to understand. The other issue is what happens if you die? If there's money left in the annuity, when you die, God calls you home, all of that money goes to whomever you've designated as your primary beneficiary or beneficiaries. And if your primary dies, it goes to the contingents. So you never really lose control of your money if you have to go into a facility for health issues or you die. So that should give you kind of a sigh of relief that you're not going to lose this money. Now, the one caveat is this. If you do something called annuitize the contract, and I've been doing this for 28 years, and I think there's only 5 times I've ever done it. What is this $5 word called annuitization? It's where you give all the money away to the insurance company, and they pay you a specific amount of money over your lifetime, depending on how it's been set up. It is possible, if you set it up incorrectly, if you do a life only, and I won't go into the weeds on this, and you die, yeah, all the money goes away. But with the new kinds of annuities they have out there, there's very little reason to annuitize a contract. It's truly a unique situation. So I would tell people the bad things that may happen in life are covered with this kind of stuff. Will it provide you income? I get a lot of this. For the rest of my life, absolutely. Yeah, set up properly, it will. And sometimes it could be increasing income, which is really important. It really is. Can it grow? Yeah, your annuity can grow. Now, a principal protected annuity is not a substitute for stock market investing. It's a substitute for basically bank money. So it's not going to grow in lockstep with the stock market. I tell people, depending on the kind of product it is, expect anywhere from 1 to 5% growth annually in the principal amount. Because these annuities are primarily designed to give you lifetime income and protect your principal. That's what they're designed for, and they do it very, very well. Will you ever lose complete access to your money? The answer is no. You'll always have access to it, unless you annuitize it. But again, as I stated a few minutes ago, we rarely recommend an annuitization. And here's an interesting one. How about if I ladder them? You know, right now, CD rates at banks are pretty good, and people are laddering CDs. I mean, my wife, Nancy, got us some CDs. I'm not as a financial advisor. You know, I say, yeah, it's a good place for some money. So she got a 7-month and a 1-year CD. So we did ladder them. So you can actually ladder principal protected annuities for the same reason you would ladder a CD. Hopefully that when one matures or renews, you get a potentially higher interest rate. So you can do that. And here's a great question I get. What's the best annuity you can buy? Well, there is no best annuity you can buy. Every company has a particular strategy that they create when they create principal protected fixed annuities. So it really gets down to what is it you want the annuity to do for you? And then let us go out and find 1 or 2 or 3 companies that have a principal protected annuity that will give you the benefits you want. So that's important. Again, this is talking about annuities. Remember what they're designed to do. Give you income that you cannot live in retirement and protect your principal. And if you pass away and God calls you home and there's money left into it, it goes to your beneficiaries. So if you found this of interest talking about annuities, there's a lot more to talk about. If you want to know more about would it be appropriate for you to think about putting an annuity into your retirement plan, give us a call here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. That's 616-301-2581. Ask for me. I'm Ron Corser with Cornerstone Retirement Partners. Go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you and help you with your questions. In addition, you can see today's program and everything else we've done over the past couple of years on our website. It's a great source of financial information. So thank you all for tuning in. Look forward to talking with you again.
Tune into Cornerstone Retirement Partners' full radio program, Your Course to Retirement. Visit cornerstone-rp.com for many valuable resources, including those mentioned on this show and other great episodes of Your Course to Retirement.
The content of this radio show is provided for informational purposes only and is not a solicitation or recommendation of any investment strategy. You are encouraged to seek investment, tax, or legal advice from an independent professional advisor.
Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group is solely an indication that the financial advisor has attended training provided by Ed Slott and Company, passed biannual examinations on material covered at conferences and in webinars, and met other membership requirements, and does not constitute an endorsement of any kind. Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group members pay a fee for the educational programs that allow them to be included in the Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group. Membership does not guarantee investment success. Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance or broker-dealer services.
Advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, a registered investment advisor.
Advisory clients are charged a quarterly fee for assets under management, while insurance products pay a commission, which may result in a conflict of interest regarding compensation.
Any investments and/or investment strategies mentioned involve risk, including the possible loss of principal. Any comments regarding safe and secure investments and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.